Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. As you guys could see, Remy was getting super fussy because she wanted to make sure that I made you guys all aware of the CPI data report that is set to be released tomorrow. Just wanted to update you guys. This is not to scare you. I understand that the title is worded a very specific way. One thing that I need all of you guys to know is that I actually didn't really partake in trading SQQQ today. We just wrapped up our live trading session with our Learn Plan Profit group. The NASDAQ market began to really aggressively sell off out of nowhere about 20-30 minutes ago. It was showing a lot of signs of consolidation. This is for SQQQ. For those that are unaware, SQQQ goes up when the NASDAQ market goes down. I've been trading it all week last week. I had one of my biggest weeks. I made $47,000. I trade with over $200,000, so please be aware of that. With that being said, I wanted to play it safe. I know that the market tends to be more bullish than it is bearish, so I didn't want to hold a heavy position of SQQQ overnight and especially over the weekend. Yes, I knew that SQQQ could continue to rise as the NASDAQ market continues to drop, but I didn't want to overcomplicate it. So I'm right there with you guys that, I wanted to play it safe just because I know that I've been burned enough trying to hold the inverse bear ETF, hoping that I can make more money. And I just didn't want to partake in that. I had a very successful week last week, so I tried to play it safe. With that being said, just because I play it safe doesn't mean that you have to. And the reason I'm sharing this is right on my YouTube channel. I don't like to tell people what to do. I never do that, but I like to inform people of what's going on and why the market is performing the way that it's performing. And tomorrow, if you guys are unaware, the CPI data report is to be released. And I wanted to show you guys this. So if we head on over to bls.gov/CPI. That was Remy, I swear. Looks like she's getting her morning poop. But tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. in the morning Eastern Standard Time. So if you're here in the West Coast, like I'm in Arizona, right? So if you're in California as well, everything in the West Coast, that's 5:30 a.m., meaning that this report will be released before many of you guys are even awake. And this does influence the market. And it is based off of expectation. The last time the CPI data report was released, we actually saw the market recover shortly after because it was not as worse as what we thought, what we anticipated. So one of the things our Learn Plan Profit group talked about today is how great would it be to look at last month's report, because this CPI data report, for those that are unaware, is reported once a month. And it's normally around this time, right? The 10th to the 13th. And tomorrow it's going to be set in place. Let me go ahead and make sure Remy is taken care of. But I wanted to make sure that we were aware of what was reported last month. And do we expect, based off of what we know, for the market to, or for the actual data to be worse or better than anticipated? So I just wanted you guys to be aware. Obviously, I'm not going to have much time to talk about it because I need to get Remy her breakfast, right? It looks like she's already hungry, as you guys can imagine. But I wanted you guys to be aware of this report. I didn't want it to go, I didn't want to continue today without you guys not knowing what exactly was to be released tomorrow. And if the market drops tomorrow, I don't want you guys to be scratching your head asking, what could I have done to prepare for this? So that's exactly why I'm making this video, and I hope that you guys appreciate it. But I also want you to know, what are the 8 major groups that make up the consumer price index, because I want you to do your own due diligence, right? It's not just about me telling you, hey, you should know this or you should do this. I want you to be aware. I want you to be a problem solver. So I wanted to show you guys a picture, as I'm much more of a visual learner, of what makes up the CPI data report. And all this really, this report is about, is based off of these 8 major groups. Did things get more expensive and or less expensive? And there's a set expectation, so it's kind of like an earnings report. So please be aware of that. I would love to kind of break down last month's CPI data report and then make a decision with you guys if we think that that specific group is greater or worse than expected based off of last month's performance. If you guys would like me to make that video, then again, all you literally have to do is destroy that like button and subscribe to the channel. So yes, if the CPI data report is worse than anticipated, meaning that if inflation is worse than anticipated, which I personally don't think that it's going to be, but I think one of the things that we will take potentially a big hit on is gas. So with that being said, that's kind of like the underlying factor. Please be aware that if things do get worse, right, and the CPI data report gets released and things do get worse, SQQQ definitely does have upside potential. I wanted you guys to be aware of my intent. I wanted to play it safe. It doesn't mean that I can't day trade it. It just means that I'm not going to aggressively day trade it, and I'm not going to aggressively hold a position as, again, the market tends to be more bullish than it is bearish. And SQQQ in just the past 6 days has gapped up 25%, and I've captured most of that. So I'm sure a lot of you guys can agree that, anytime that you get too greedy, it's never a good idea. So I wanted to play it safe. Yes, I'm up $150, but it's not very much. So I wanted to play it safe. Yes, I might day trade it a little bit more, but I'm definitely not holding it overnight. So as you guys can see, she's getting super fussy. I hope that you guys appreciate this video. If you guys do, again, please destroy that like button. And I do upload new videos every single day, so make sure that you guys subscribe. Friendly reminder, I trade live every single morning, just like we did with the Learn Plan Prof group. Today's live trading session was very informative. I made a couple mistakes, so it wasn't as smooth as last week's live trading sessions, but I think that's one of the great things. It's my trading is never perfect. So you not only get to learn from my successes, but as well as some of the mistakes that I make in real time, and I explain my thought process on what I could have done better. If this would be of value for you and you want to learn more about it, I encourage you to take 2 minutes, click the second link down in the description, and learn a little bit more about my Learn Plan Profit group. And if you want to work with me on a closer basis, I will see you tomorrow at Market Open. I appreciate you guys' time. Hope and wish you guys an amazing rest of your day. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.